This is Gino Live. Welcome to July 1st. It is the first day of July. Over here, we have today's scan for Dojis, the fast 5 picks in 5 minutes. This is what I did in 5 minutes. Tell me your favorite one in the bulls. Tell me your favorite one in the bears. Go ahead and go if you want to look at those. Meanwhile, if you're brand new, we're going to show you how we found those. The lesson today on the WSIO tools is going to be down here. It's going to be on the screener. The screener allows you to save time, build your criteria in there to follow these little gems over here called Doji setups. Now that setup is based on if the market's bullish, let's make a bullish arrow. I want to be in a bullish sector and look for that Doji setup. If the market is bearish, I want to be in a bear sector with a Doji setup. So how do you scan for stock setting up? And it has to be setting up with a Heikin Ashi candle, which is a Doji. So it's averaging 2 days. So really it's like you're getting a Doji turnaround average on 2 days, confirmed by the trend was the MACD. And that's it. Those two indicators right there. Now down here, this is where the magic of the software comes in because most scanners can't do this. At the same time, the stock also has to be in a sector right here above my head that's having more advancing days that are bigger. Another way to look at it is that RSI, I want it above 50 and I want it stronger than the market. Because who wants to try to beat the market if it's going down or sideways? I always want the sector stronger. Because remember, the market is the average. It's never the strongest, okay? The sector's always stronger. You will never get the market going like this and all the sectors, the 11 sectors doing less. There's always at least one doing better, okay? So that's the ones we want to be in. And think about this. If you're always in a sector that's got an RSI above 50 or above the market, it's hard not to beat the market. It's really hard not to. And finally, I want the market to be in a long-term, weekly. The MACD's bullish, but it's a weekly MACD because that's the long-term trend on the 20 channel. When you have a trading system, you ready for this, guys? And this is going to be an aha moment for you engineers that focus too much on one stock. Quantity is far better for a trader than, what's the other Q word? Quality. And this is the difference between investing and trading. Traders, quantity. Investors, quality. Does that make sense? Because once you find consistency, let's say I find consistency, and you ready for this, guys? When people start trading, I look through hundreds of trade journals. You take the average loss, the average win, the number of trades, and you say, okay, out of the last 300 trades, your biggest loss, your biggest win, your average profit, what do you think the average profit per trade is on most accounts? What do you think it is after you subtract all the losses and you average it out? 300 trades, they had, let's say, 175 winners, 125 losers. The biggest loss was, let's say, 2,000. The biggest win was, let's say, 5,000. What do you think the average profit per trade, when you subtract everything, what do you think it is? And usually these are people that are brand new, so they're not doing a lot of shares. But when it comes down to per contract, per trade, when people start getting consistent, it's about, ready for this, a profit of $25 a trade. Go back and look at all your trades, add up your profit, and divide it by those trades. And now you know what and hopefully it's a profit. If it's a loss, you're wasting time, right? Now think about it. If you know your average trade is $25, how many trades do you need to do to get to 250? 2,500, 25,000. You see, once you get consistency and you know your number, now you know it's about how many, it's about quantity. Because if you spend too much time looking for quality, you might up it from 25 to maybe 40, but you're doing far less trades. A good breakout will have 1.5 ATRs. And that's based off of thousands of wins. But what's the first goal on trade management? Getting your stop loss to the break even. The break even is the breakout point. So you find out where your trigger is. Your first goal is to get your stop loss there, no matter if it's a breakout or a swing. So you get your candle. 1.5 is good because 1.5 means you'll probably have another follow through day. If your breakout is less than 1 ATR, guess what usually happens? You get this and back down here. Who wants to know another? I should charge you for this one. I learned this from a futures mentor who is a very mysterious guy. He's like the John Wick of futures, meaning he only shows up when he has to because he's too busy drumming in a rock and roll band. But he showed me on these breakouts a special number that if it doesn't clear a number on a breakout, it's probably going to fail. Who wants to know those numbers? Anybody? Then let's not waste time with it. I don't want to show up. If you don't want to know those numbers, I won't show you. So what's your favorite? Aflac, TFC, JPMorgan, or Bank of America? You know what, Tony? 15-minute chart, absolutely. Because we went back and looked at 10 minutes and below and back tested. I was a beta tester for a algorithm trade, a robot trader. Back in 2011 and 2012, I was doing Forex beta testing, 70 different setups. And guess what? 1 minute breakouts, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute. We tested them all. It was a gray box. And then we back tested and see which one paid out. It has to be over 10 minutes. 10 minutes will work on a news event. But yes, 10 minutes and up work best. The bigger your time frame, the bigger your move on breakouts. So you see this right here, the 100, that is your target on the breakout. But what's more important is how do I know if it's going to fail? Well, somewhere in between here, let me get this right. There's a number it has to clear that'll make the odds of this better. And this works on a 5 minute, even on the S&P futures in the first half an hour. I use this on the S&P futures a lot. So you want to make sure you get your fibs lined up right on this bottom one. And I'm thinking that might be it. Okay. Now, if I use this one down here, for example, see that? I like that one right there. See that? Because it's showing support here, it's showing support here, it's showing support. These fibs are working. So where's this number up here? Watch this. Here comes the magic number. It's not a Fibonacci number. It's a magic number. You hit edit, you go in here, and you see where it says 127 and 100. You hit add 113. Not 12, 13. See that? See that right there? Done. And there's my 113. So if it breaks out and doesn't get past there, it usually breaks back below the 20. That's a failed breakout, especially on a triangle. So if you put a trigger above this, what I like to do is double down. I like to, and this is for day trading futures, I like to hit half my position here or a big position here, tighten up your stop. So if you can move your stop to break even, add more here. Boom. It makes the odds of this one hitting better. Okay. Is that worth $19.99 or not? Yay or nay? 113. 113. And if you want to get real technical, it's like 113.1 something. Are you seeing how we're making it perfectionate to really find the strength in the sector? where it's technical and fundamental. We're getting the content better. We're streamlining it. Are you seeing how the tools are coming together, whether you're a directional trader or a time trader? And by the way, if you focus on picking direction, you time traders, you'll get your theta faster, because if the stock makes the move, you can cash out sooner. Did you guys like the new tool I'm working with the seasonality here? Aaron Eddie doing that right there, guys. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's almost like I have too many trades to choose from that are good. Too many good trades, right? So I'm spending the same amount of time a day trading, but it's not about sorting through a bunch of junk. It's about focusing on, hey, here's your best candidates. So now you have better odds of hitting that home run and faster on strategy selection.